Your new music competition obsession has arrived. Based on the wildly popular Eurovision Song Contest, the American Song Contest is a live 8-week event on NBC and features singers and songwriters representing all 50 states, 5 U.S. territories, and Washington, D.C., vying for the title of Best Original Song. Let's take a quick look at American Song Contest.
I'm born and bred Californian, straight up out the east side of LBC. It's in my bones, and it's in my music.
Y'all, I'm a Texas girl at heart, and we go big or we go home. And every musician in this country feels the same way about where they come from.
And that's what this competition is all about.
Every U.S. state and territory has an original song.
The country's best musical talent.
From the hottest new artists.
I describe my sound as nouveau retro.
To legendary superstar.
I'm Michael Bolton, and I'm representing the state of Connecticut.
My name is Jewel, and I represent the best state, Alaska.
I'm Cisco, the dragon. Come fly with me.
So the concept here is very cool. Each state and territory is represented by a singer and songwriter or songwriters who have written an original song. And one of the things I love about this show is that it features a mix of artists most of us have never heard of, as well as several well-known stars, and they're all competing against each other on a level playing field. And among some of the established competitors are singer Jewel, representing Alaska, actor and singer Riker Lynch, representing Colorado, Michael Bolton, representing Connecticut, former voice winner Jordan Smith, representing Kentucky, thong song singer and rapper Cisco, representing the great state of Maryland, and Macy Gray, representing Ohio. Scott, did I miss anything, Liz, about the show or any of these singers you want to touch on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of talk. You know, I'm a big fan of Eurovision, and I've lived overseas, so I've seen how people in England and in Australia, how they respond to the series and how they do these amazing watch parties and really get behind their country. So I watched the first episode of this, and it definitely follows that blueprint of Eurovision Song Contest. But actually, let me start over. Are you guys aware of how Eurovision started? Why it started? No. Right. So it was actually created to sort of help bring Europe together again after the war. So everything that's kind of going on in our world right now, you can sort of see why this is the right time to launch something like this. But I think, in my opinion, American Song Contest sort of lacks some of the heart of Eurovision. At least that's the impression that I got from the first episode. It's very pop forward. So Michael Bolton tried to bring some of that substance, I think, with his song, but it's nothing compared to, say, the 2016 winner of Eurovision, Jamala from Ukraine. Her song about the deportation of Crimeans by the Soviet regime, legit gives me chills every time I watch it. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you take a look. It's really, really amazing. But yeah, that's my big thing. Also, there were some singers, I think the Oklahoma K-pop singer, who was very clearly lip syncing. It's this is a song contest, so and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts? I know Liz watched it. David, you've watched some clips.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, are you saying that New Boot Goofin wasn't bringing the heart that you look for?
Okay, you know what? New Boot Goofin gave me the camp that I wanted from Eurovision, which is another aspect of it. There's sometimes, I don't know if you've actually dug into Eurovision and how it plays out. There are countries that will vote for other countries because they're friendly, and that's how they bolster up their votes. Because after you get so far, it's actually the other countries that are voting, not necessarily the people. So you have to kind of weigh in that way. So it gets really political. So for Jamala, that 2016 winner who did this really, really crazy song and taking a huge stance like that was incredible, and everyone got behind it. And you could just see the emotion that was running through her when she was singing it. So yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping to get out of this series. I haven't seen it yet. I'm still hopeful because there's many, many weeks left. I think 7 weeks left of this show. So we'll see if it comes. But yeah, New Boot Goofin. That's the camp that I love of Eurovision. So
I love that. And I love that story behind it, right? Like, I think I didn't know that. And so now my expectations of the show are really different. I was watching it from a purely entertainment perspective and knowing that there was, a version called Eurovision on. And then there's Snoop, right? Like, I mean,
Snoop is everything.
I was so excited to watch this because of Snoop. But I didn't even think about, it's so interesting that you say that, because I didn't even think about voting for my own state, right? Like, it was like, who do I like the best? Or it felt like just a regular, not that this isn't, but like a regular schmegular, singing competition, and it did not appear to have what you're saying is that sentiment behind it. So yeah, but it was entertaining-ish. Yeah,
totally. I think like that's the difference where like the states are often compared to, I guess mostly because of the size, like countries essentially, right? We've got so many here. They are basically the same size as some of the countries in Europe, but I don't think that we have that sort of called nationalism, like whatever, like that for the states as you would for your own country, right? So I think that's where there's a little bit of a disconnect.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like each week for the first, I think 3 or 4 weeks, it's like this qualifiers more or less, or semifinals. So you're not seeing everyone every week. We got one group for this first week this week, and then another group next week. So for those first 4 weeks, you're getting all new singers every single week. And I am someone who is certainly pulling for my home state. I will be voting for the state of Pennsylvania and Philadelphia singer and rapper Bree Steves, who is representing the state. She made headlines in 2018 when she took the stage to perform her song Jealousy with Kendrick Lamar at Philly's Made in America Festival. Bree was born in the East Falls neighborhood of Philadelphia. She attended Temple University, and she recently released a new EP entitled TBH. And I'm just really excited to see what she can do. And I think it would be really interesting to see where her votes come from. Like, are we pulling in some like South Jersey? Are we getting some Delaware? Like, is it all Pennsylvania, or like just Eastern Pennsylvania, or will like the Western Pennsylvania
the tri-state area, David? The tri-state area.
That's to distill it down very briefly. Yes, the tri-state area is what you're referring to. But we don't know. I think I was looking at, we don't know what her song is yet, or what it sounds like, but that's like part of the fun, I think, is you can see who's singing, but don't know what they have coming up. And interesting to see how something like Bree's song stacks up against New Boot Goofin' by Ryan Charles.
You can't beat New Boot Goofin', David. You can't beat
or a song by Michael Bolton. Like, I think it's a really cool showcase for some of these young singer songwriters or unknown singer songwriters. And I had seen someone on TikTok, I think it's the singer who represents New Jersey, and I saw her post her like reaction to the acceptance letter when she got picked to represent New Jersey. And it would be cool if people really got behind their own states and started voting. But I think you're right. It's not this. People don't quite feel the same amount of state pride. At least not up here. Maybe in the South.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's make it happen, guys.
I don't know.
Let's do it.
Liz, do you have a one singer songwriter you are rooting for?
Yeah, it's not Pennsylvania because that's who you chose. But I'm still gonna vote for Bree for sure. Gonna vote for Bree. But after the first episode. Because listen, I'm not going in there and researching all of these people that I don't know, honestly, other than like the Michael Boltons and the Jewels of the world. Like, I did not know about these smaller indie bands. And so Yam House they were the very first to perform. and they're from Minnesota, a bunch of guys. And what I loved the most about it is we were watching, we were very excited to watch the show, my family and I. So we were all sitting by the TV, like waiting. We don't get to do that very often, right? Like, it's 8:00, like live TV. I think what we were most excited about was that this song, Ready to Go, I think that was the name of it. It just felt like a song that we could or should be hearing on the radio right now. So to us, I think that was what really got us right away. It was very, catchy and poppy, and just something that I think that they looked like they were having a really great time. And I think just a song that everybody could get behind. So they had my vote. They had my vote that first night. Pennsylvania did not perform yet, so they had my vote that first night. So yeah, excited to watch this and see who else voted for Yam House.
I'm gonna
what about
open
you,
up a
Scott? Or
restaurant
do you
called
like Yam House?
House?
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
They definitely brought the energy to open up a show like this. It's like not a small task, right? You're a relatively unknown band from Minnesota, and you're going to open up a huge singing contest. Can't imagine what they were thinking. But yeah, my artist is actually from Texas. I have no affinity to Texas apart from the fact that like my cousin lives there. But yeah, his name is Grant Kanoki, not Kanosh or Ganache or Pinocchio. So I've been listening to this kid for a while. He's just falling. He's falling. Alicia Keys. So yeah, I've been listening to him for a while now. Voice of an Angel, I tell you. His song, Sorry for the Honesty, is a proper vibe. Definitely check it out if you're mad at someone. Just, my bad, sorry for the honesty. So good, so good. But yeah, he was a former Kids Bop star, which, all the best talent comes out of Kids Bop. But more impressive is that he's a self-taught musician who started writing and producing at the age of 11. And then adding insult to injury, he can dance too. Like, girl, calm down. When I was 11, I took up, the harmonica because I was obsessed with Alanis Morissette, but I quickly gave that up when I realized it was more than just chaotically blowing into it. So yeah, I like the fact that he can do all that at age 11 is just incredible. But he's 19 now. And yeah, I think he's gonna go pretty far in this competition. He really does have all of the goods to make a good pop artist, I guess. He mentioned his song on his Instagram the other day. I didn't pay too close attention to it. It's not something that's been released yet, so I'm not familiar with it. So curious to see how he goes, but we'll see.
It's no new boot goofing, but we'll see.
David, you can't beat new boot goofing. I feel like
now everyone has to watch just to watch it. Just to watch
to see new boot goofing. No.
Yes.
I mean, it's got the Old Town Road vibe, but
meets Post Malone. I felt like he looked very Post Maloney. Yeah, not that that's a thing.
Post
Definitely.
I know. Post Maloney.
Well,
I don't know. We're just making stuff up.
We sort of mentioned that American Song Contest is hosted by Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson, and NBC actually sent us some very funny outtakes from the set to share with the What to Watch Live audience. So let's check that out real quick.
Read it, Kelly. Shoot.
Snoop and Kelly here. They didn't start.
Y'all should have told me I was coming to the mountains. Where am I
the mountains.
Right I'm like, damn, am I in Colorado? Hold on, what we done went to the Smurfs?
To the gym.
It look like we at Papa Smurf house now.
I want to be where you are right now.
Now I want to look good behind you on that one.
Okay, just be. You're all excited. You don't have to read it.
This is my dancing moment, Kelly. You do your get my dance on right. Oh God, I lost my vision and I just needed a little bit bigger because them letters don't fit my opticals. I still love you even if you got out of class early. Get out of here with your early pass. You get a hall pass before me?
Oh, stop.
Liz, I'll do my Snoop dance if you do your Kelly impression. No?
Oh, you're really going to do it to her?
No. It's fine. I'm not going to put her on the spot
Kelly.
like that.
We love NBC.
It's very funny. They're very funny together, and talk about people like having a moment. Like Snoop has had this resurgence outside of music where everything he touches, from like commentating football to the Olympics coverage that he was doing to this, like he's just absolute gold. Everything he touches is funny and cool. Ugh,
he's a smooth
dude.
Yeah,
he really is.
Chill.
Oh, I have to work so hard at even like a fraction of that.